Hey guys, thank you for stopping by Poop Dollar Studios. I'm your host, Eric Alegria. In this episode, we have actor, filmmaker, and good friend of mine, Casey Carter. We've been friends for 20 years, so we have a lot to cover. He also owns his own clothing line, so we talk about that, and we talk about his documentary that he's shooting right now. We catch up on old times. It's a long podcast, so I'm breaking it up into 2 parts. Even with 2 different episodes, it's still a long podcast, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. He's a great talent. It was really great to talk to him and catch up. I am having some drinks. It's late night. We go into 3:30 in the morning. So the last part of it is me a little tipsy, but I managed to hang on and still ask the good questions. Check it out on Spotify or iTunes for the audio. And if you want to see the video, you can check it out here on YouTube. All right, guys, that's it for me. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Take care. What's up, buddy? It's good to see you.
Oh, man, it's good to be seen. You know, I ain't seen you in a long time.
I know.
You know?
Last time I saw you, I think we were doing that music video for your clothing line.
We were filming. You brought the drone out. We had the dirt bike out. And we were filming in the gully.
On the dirt bike, dude. How good was she?
Yo, she kept, man, you seen how thick the sand was. She kept crashing.
Yeah.
And she got right back up. She's flying around. You know, the other models, her back was to the noise coming. She was paranoid, man.
Yeah.
She was paranoid. I'm like, just stay, because I'm filming.
Yeah.
And she can hear it getting closer and closer to her.
Oh, the models?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was nervous.
She did get close,
I said, look, if you get hit, I get hit. But she's like, that didn't comfort me.
Oh.
I'm like, I need the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
No, that's the last time, but I mean, we always working. You know, we come together, we work. And then we go our separate ways. We work.
Yeah.
We work.
Yeah.
We work.
Yeah.
We grind, you know.
Yeah.
And now we're here on a Poop Dollar.
Poop Dollar.
Poop. We need more poop.
Yeah. And then before that, you brought your clothing line to the Workaholics House Comedy Jam, the comedy show at the Workaholics House.
Absolutely, man. You and your brother Lou Dog. I'm like, hey, man, you know, you guys got the show. Let me bring some merch. Let me bring my table out. I brought the table out, hung them, you know, on a basketball hoop. We had everything out. It was freezing that night. Like, people come to Cali, they think, you know,
it's not cold.
It's like,
yeah.
I was selling beanies, you know what I'm saying? Had the weed beanies going because people were freezing.
Yeah. I'll post up some pictures of that event.
Chip, shout out to Chip, man. He bought the pink beanie. Yeah. He went on that night with the pink beanie.
Oh, he loved it. I saw him for the next 2 years with that beanie on.
Yeah,
he didn't take it off.
He bought a new one.
Yeah.
He keeps recycling them.
Yeah, he was sleeping with it.
you got the weed love. We got the weed, you know, weed got the gear. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
You know, we got the brand ambassador right here with us.
Yeah, Whitey McFly sauce.
Yeah, Whitey McFly. If you have a suggestion for his name, leave it in the comments. Yeah. And so we might just pick the name that you select. So leave it in the comments and let us know what his name should be.
Absolutely. You got a nice shirt right there.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Look at I'm wearing the official
Bechet right there, man.
Bechet.
So we're well represented. You know, we got our own, you know, branding company. So it's like, you know, I wear a Nike shirt, Adidas pants, you know, Puma socks. You know, I always dressed everything. So I'm like, I never really was one type of guy where it's like, this is my brand. Mm-hmm. So that's what we built the branding company because for different moods, I put on the weed shirt. And then I got the Los Angeles gear, which is more commercial. You know, you can wear it around your mother and your kids.
Yeah.
But Shay, you take that shit to the streets. You know,
okay.
So that's why we did it like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, because when we did the shoot where I was the drone operator for it, what line were
that
they?
was the girl line.
Okay.
That's why it was all sport girl stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the name of
Alpha
that?
Linus.
Alpha Linus. Yeah, I remember, dude.
Yeah.
And I thought that name was so cool, dude.
Yeah. So that was the all girl
behind that.
Yeah. It's a powerful name for girls.
Empowerment. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's why we had the girl on the dirt bike. We didn't have a guy on a dirt bike. It was a chick on a dirt bike. 2 strong females, athletic. You know, one's a bodybuilder, one was a boxer.
Yeah.
So they're both power, both power girls.
Yeah.
And you know, they fit with the brand. You know?
Yeah. No, that was great, man. That was the thread theme with that whole shoot was that these girls were not just girly girls. You know, they were they were badass girls, that,
Yeah.
just like all girls, they want to look good, right? And
Yeah.
that's where your clothing line comes in.
Yeah, so we do hoodies, all the streetwear, normal stuff, hoodies, sweats and stuff. But with
Yeah.
that was all athletic gear
Yeah.
and stuff like that, spandex and stuff like that, sports bras. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, it was cool, man. They look great,
But you brought the drone.
Yeah.
Yo, we went out to the bridge out in Santa Clarita. We went out to that bridge out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You put that bitch up sky high,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you could see there ain't nothing around us.
It was so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great shot. Don't you think?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. You had the drone fall in the dirt bike through the gully, and then we had our people up on top of the hill so they wouldn't be in the shot. And then people from the houses were saying, "You can't be in there. You can't be in there." And we're like, "Motherfucker, you're gonna have to kick us out." Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, you were down there running the damn drone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if there ain't no cops coming, I don't care about no neighborhood people saying, "Get out of here. I got my shot." You seen the shots? Put the shot up. Put the shot up
I
right
will.
now.
I will. Yeah, exactly. You will. You'll see it.
Put it right here.
Yeah, it'll be covering my face right now.
That's
But-
what's up, man.
Yeah. Wow, man. That it was so cool. And I've seen you've done a lot of videos since then, and you're always working and getting the word out on your brand.
Yeah, man.
And I understand that you had a meeting with the LA Lakers.
No, I'm close. Close. That's the projected goal right there, to connect Los Angeles with the Lakers, to try to weave those two names together, because Los Angeles Lakers is just an iconic name.
Yeah.
So we've been, going down every rabbit hole to get to that point. You know what I mean? And we were close, and life kind of really went this past 2020 kind of derailed all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything got kind of flipped and pushed to the side, but we're back on it. You know what I
Nice.
mean? We'll find our way back to that, to that meeting that we're real close to getting. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, it doesn't get no better than that.
It doesn't, man.
You know what
I
I
think
mean?
that's a great.
And then this
yeah.
is before they won.
Mm.
Because we
Yeah.
saw it coming,
Yeah.
and then, that name is iconic. They're the boss of LA. Bro.
Yeah. Well, even the Dodgers, huh?
Exactly.
World Series champs.
Exactly.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, get them on the phone.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Los Angeles Dodgers, the same thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what this town, that's why we created the brand, because everybody comes from everywhere. You came from Chicago.
Mhm.
Me and my brother came from Virginia.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we all came to Los Angeles to be the boss of Los Angeles. So that's how the brand came in. You know what I mean?
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's killer, man. That's really cool. Really, I like how you put a lot of thought behind everything. You know what I mean? And you got this guy right here, and you got buy weed, don't do
not
drugs.
drugs. Yeah.
I like it, man. So you really got a message going off. And what's his mask say? Because that's also your brand.
That's the Los Angeles mask. It's the dream mask, man. And it's like, on the side of it says utter evaporation, but it's a big poem. And the poem just gets cut up on the mask because the masks are smaller. But it's all about, you got to go after this shit, or you just turn to utter evaporation. You know what I mean? You got to make it. But it isn't about actually making it. We all want to make it.
Yeah.
But it's the process of, you're actually just doing it, though.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Let's say it gets 1 view or 10 million, right?
Yeah.
This is making it when you're doing it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because if you're not doing it, I used to go to sleep, and if you're not doing it, you just fucking die. You just turn to fucking dust, right?
Yeah.
So the process is, you got to be willing to actually put yourself out there and do it. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why we didn't know how to sew. We weren't sewing. We weren't sewing before the pandemic. You know what I mean? We bought the sewing machine, and we were just doing little sew jobs of tags. We were just putting the tags in the collar. Zip, 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 Pandemic hits, and we're like, my dad, he works in a grocery business back East Coast.
Uh-huh.
There's doctors, and then there's the grocery workers, like the frontline people, because people needed the food and the toiletries and all that. So he was there 7 days a week, getting exposed to,
wow.
everybody coming through the store. So we're like, he wasn't really getting the good equipment that he needed. So we put filters in these.
They look heavy duty. You can tell by looking at it.
You
It
feel
looks heavy duty.
It's really well made, and we put the filters in them.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that he was getting, it was just one layer cotton.
Oh, okay.
And COVID go right through that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So we put the filters in it and learned
Oh,
how to
wow,
taught
man.
ourselves how to sew, and like You hear that shit? Look,
yeah, no, you could tell. Yeah,
this shit's heavy
right.
duty.
No, I was worried about you breathing behind it because it looks so thick.
Yeah, it is. It is. But this one is actually very, very soft material, so it lays on your face really good. But it's more importantly about, you know, I mean, you saw what's happening, man. You know what I mean? So I just want to. That's how we started. We started making them and sending them to my dad.
Oh, that's cool.
All his coworkers seen what he had, and then they started buying all of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, his coworkers? Because they look good, man. They look fucking killer, man. And, you know, and they got a message, you know, and that's awesome. And plus, it's a small business. Why wouldn't you want to support a small business?
Exactly.
I mean, it fits with everything that we're going on right now. You know, and you guys are, you know, as white as you look, you're ethnic. You know what I mean?
You gotta dim the lights, man. I got the glow on me. You know what I mean? You know, out here they typecast you real quick. You know what I mean? They'll put you in a nice hole. So that with me, if I grow my hair out, you know, I'm surfer case. You know what I mean? And they send me in these or low cut. Everybody thinks I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I get the Spanish, I get the white.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little blend of both.
Nice.
Nice. You know my brother, he's dark. So he don't get to blend that much, but they think he's black and Spanish. Or just Spanish. You know, so he does that side.
Or Samoan.
Exactly.
Do the brick shit house. You know what I mean? Los has always been a big dude, cool ass you know, gentle giant though. He's a sweetheart. He, you know, he could be Samoan. You know, he could be a lot of different things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just not white.
Right. Just on the exotic side. Yeah. You know, he could be like anything ethnic. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Anything ethnic he could be. He's got one of those.
That's the funny thing
cool
with me and him is we grew up same parents. You know, my dad's from Peru, my mom's white, and he looks Spanish.
Yeah.
I would look more white. And, you know, I don't know anybody that has that uniqueness of their sibling from the same parents are different races. Like me and him are completely different races.
Yeah.
It's a very unique thing to grow up
out of the
in.
same mother. Right?
Same mom, same dad.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's dark skinned, dark features. You know what I mean? So we get totally just different experiences.
Yeah,
and we're the same brothers.
Right,
you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
You know, it's really crazy. I mean, we got plenty of stories.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Get into that one day.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool, man. Yeah, that's you know, that happens a lot in Hispanic households where one kid looks totally different from the other kid.
You know how fair skinned, full-blooded Spanish can go.
Yeah, totally. Well, you see, you know, my brother, twins, right? The girl is all dark, and then the kid has, you know, blonde hair and green eyes. I don't know.
He's me.
Yeah, he's you. He's totally you. It's just, it's exactly like your scenario.
Yeah,
it's totally
and they grow up different.
Yeah, sure.
They grow up different.
White privilege.
Exactly.
You know, and people treat you different.
It's
you know,
true. I've been the fly on the wall.
Sure.
With being so close. So a lot of people with what's been going on, you know, they're like, I never knew. I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'm right there, and I know.
Yeah.
Because I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the differences.
No, sure.
You know what I mean?
And they share things with you that they wouldn't share with your brother.
Yes.
That's the fly in the wall type thing that you're talking about.
Oh,
I know. You know what I mean?
Race is, that shows you how crazy race is.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, because I'll get treated one way, he won't get treated that way. And I'm like, who's that? And he's like, oh, that's my brother. It's like, oh. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, it's literally just the stupidest thing to ever have.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm sure it works both ways too. Like maybe on the streets, you know, he got more street cred than you.
More street cred.
And you know who brought paleface. You know what I mean? And they think you're soft. You know what I mean? Where Los rolls in and, you know, you better watch your, you know, P's and Q's with this guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could see that happening too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Plenty of stories of that growing up.
Yeah,
I'm just a little white kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're soft.
Yeah.
Whereas he's got like, you should think twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what a funny story is, you know, when someone was messing with me and then another guy said, don't mess with him. Carlos is going to kill you. And I'm a white kid. Why would his brother Carlos kill him? Right. It's like, how does that match? That doesn't match up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, you know, it just comes with my mom is white, blonde hair, green eyes, right? And her son is, super dark skin. You know what I mean? So when they're together, that dynamic is like weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
For me growing up, it's just normal.
Right.
But the outside influence coming in,
right?
So
I'm sure she has her stories too, where she's holding little brown baby, and they're like, "Oh, you adopted?" Yeah,
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So imagine that playing in a kid's mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, why do they keep saying that? Why do they keep asking you if I'm adopted?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Virginia's not the most
not then either. Not
the most liberal place, right?
Not Virginia.
Yeah.
No, it's way different now than when I grew up. Like he was almost like only him that was Spanish in that area. There's white, black, and almost just him. So growing up in the schools, that was it. You know what I mean? There wasn't really Spanish there.
Wow.
Yeah. Now it's almost all Spanish. There's Spanish everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My household, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I don't know any different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just know that that's dad, that's mom.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you're like, oh, people they're looking at us different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, well, even your parents, because obviously he looked more Latino, so they gave him the Latino name, right?
Yeah.
Carlos.
Exactly.
Yeah. How did he? And then you got Casey.
Well, that's his middle name. Yeah. So,
okay.
So the whole thing is my dad's name is Carlos.
Okay.
So I always want to pass the names down.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
and he was the firstborn, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
He's
how it
junior.
started. Yeah. Well, he's not even a junior.
Oh, okay. 'Cause that's his middle name.
And they didn't put even the junior on it. Yeah. So,
Oh, they didn't even put the junior on it? Yeah, because
well,
that's his middle
exactly,
name. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So
why does he go by his middle name?
That's what Spanish people do.
Really?
It's like my dad. They call him Alfonso. His name's Carlos, but they're growing up. You're Alfonso. You know what I mean?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just the middle name of, my dad was named after his dad, and which is my dad's middle name. So they just call him Alfonso, baby Alfonso.
Oh, okay.
So that's just something that they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But with me, I was supposed to be a girl. They thought I was a girl, so they had girl name picks out.
Oh.
And then now it's just like Casey.
What was your name gonna
Jenny
be?
Lynn.
It sounds like a porn star.
Yo, Triple X, baby.
You're gonna be working at the Rhino with that name.
Jenny Lynn, man.
Jenny Lynn.
Yeah, man.
Bringing it to the stage. Hell yeah. Jenny Lynn looking damn good. Loving it, doing it. Hell yeah.
Is it Vanessa? She's got tattoos, man. I'm into that lately.
And we getting deep, man. We floating in these stories, man. They just popping out, man.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. Because I mean, I've known you for almost 20 years, and it's weird that like for somebody that you've known for so long, sometimes you don't go deep because you just feel like you've known each other for so long that you just know each other, And we do know each other, but there's a lot of things that we never got into because lots of times when we got together, we were partying it up. You know what I mean? Or, we were like 6 beers in, you know what I mean? And, what are you going to go deep into your childhood?
Maybe you're like, man, you don't know what it was like.
Yeah. Well, it's like 30 beers in.
But then we don't remember.
Right.
But then we don't remember anyway.
Right. So maybe we have had this conversation. So if we have, I apologize.
Yeah, to ourselves.
Yeah.
We apologize to ourselves, man. That's funny, man. It's true though, man. We've known each other that long, but you know what we do? We've been working and we party together. You go to your events and stuff. We just do it. You know what I mean? So there's no real you got that brotherly bond and you got that friendship that look how long we've been hanging.
Yeah.
But I never told you these stories.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't come up, and it dodoesn't need to for the love and the bond to still be there.
Right.
That's the thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not like, if you're in a marriage and you're, hey, you spend every day together. We don't do that.
Right.
I haven't seen you in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Easy.
You know?
And then I saw you this afternoon when we got together, and you just pick up right where we left off. It's like, it's like really, it feels like even though it was like almost 2 years since I've seen you, it's like we just picked up
That's it.
where we left off.
I hit you up and like, yo, I'm doing something. You're like, me too. Let's do it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like that quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I love it. I love it. And it was through a text message. We didn't even talk. You know,
That's new age talk, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, I was
The letters and emojis, bro. That's how we made this happen. That's how we came together. I think I
threw you a meme.
I threw you a mic emoji and said you're doing it. You sent me a camera emoji saying you're doing my doc.
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's communication. I've had full-on conversations with people before just through gifts.
Yeah. Oh,
This is how I'm feeling. And
Yeah.
they send it back, and they send it. It was like, it was a whole conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
We never said one fucking word.
It's crazy. And so, and you know, because not to make us seem old and stuff, but we were definitely around before text messages and emojis and stuff like that. And you know, we've communicated
You had to
in
call
a different
somebody.
way. Yeah, we called each other and said, "Hey, dude, we got a party. Okay, where? Here it is. There. All right. No text message. You know,
Yeah, man.
and yeah, it's just funny to see that we've had this friendship and that we've gone through so many technologies advances, and we were talking about that earlier of how the business of Hollywood has evolved and changed, because when we got our first headshots, we were on the verge of, do we get black and white headshots or do we get colored headshots? Because they were just in the middle of the transition where it went from black and white to because I remember my brother took my first headshots and he took them in black and white. Yeah.
Because that's what the game was.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the transitions, and they went to MySpace, and it was there.
Yeah.
People were getting like, Dane Cook was, he figured it out
Figured
early.
it out.
Figured it out early.
He was like one of the first ones.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have a day job. You know what I mean? I'm home all day.
Yeah.
I could be using this piece of technology to advance my career. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah. And that's what we're seeing now, where everybody's kind of figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either at a high level or even a low level, they're doing social media.
Yeah.
But back then it was fairly new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because we both started off as actors, we saw social media. I don't know about you, but pretty much, I felt like, to be taken seriously, we should be off social media and just, we do commercials, we do TVs, we do movies, we do this. We don't do YouTube. We don't do Instagram.
Absolutely.
Especially like the first, years of all of those technologies, right?
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
It was a deterrent.
Yeah, it was.
Just like reality TV, where they're like, hey,
oh yeah,
if you want to be an
reality
actor, you can't fucking do reality TV.
Right.
They'll never take you seriously.
Right.
And I've had a couple opportunities where, I could go win $1 million on a reality show. Like, really. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in the acting world? Because if I go do one fucking thing, it could jack up all this by the way
he's a reality
he's
star.
a reality guy.
And where's that going to get you?
You know what I mean?
The presidentship? The presidency?
You know what I mean? That didn't happen back then. Exactly. It was a deterrent. You know what I mean? And how many people say you need to get on MySpace? I'm like, for what? And they're like, because that's how you're getting jobs. I'm like, I already get it. I'm already getting jobs.
Yeah, right. That's how I felt.
And then Facebook come. They said the same. You need to get on there to help you get work. I'm like, I haven't got one fucking job from MySpace or that.
Right.
It's me networking in the street.
Yeah.
Me going to these events and going and seeing fucking, where the auditions are at and either getting them or crashing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Networking and stuff. I said, I'm on there.
Yeah.
I said, I haven't got one job from that. So you're not even in the business. Why the fuck you telling me to do something?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so one of my biggest things is when people ask for advice, I'm like, listen, I'll tell you what I think, but this ain't advice. This is just something that you need to, hey, either take it or leave it, because advice, it doesn't work for everybody. My path, I can tell you exactly what I did and you can walk it, but it doesn't mean you're going to be successful with my path.
Right.
So I don't say, hey, take my advice, because it's different. You know what I mean? You could tell a joke and it kill. I can tell it and I get fucking booed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be careful with the information you take in.
Right. Right. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I totally feel the same way. There's no blueprint for this business, because what works for someone doesn't work for another person. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And people that do preach like, you know, advice like it's the gospel, or like, you know, it is the blueprint to like what, you know, success is. You know, it's like, don't, you know, you should take it with a grain of salt, you know? And
you can't take everything and say, yeah, this is, because then you'll follow every rabbit hole. You actually have to have your own foundation and know what to, that actually is good. I can use that. This is a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't work for everybody. You know what I mean? Certain things, just whatever it is.
Yeah.
Take in as much information as you can, but you got to know which ones are good, which ones are bad.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to.
Right.
We wouldn't have gotten where we are if we just listened to every fucking thing.
Oh, we wouldn't have even left where we were if we listened to everything. Because I don't know about Virginia, but I'm sure it's true. You know, you hear everything under the sun about LA and LA people, and they're fake and they're phony, and you're going to go there. You're going to go to LA. They're fake and phony, dude. They're all this and they're all that. And I don't know about you, but I met some of the most realest people out here. You know what I mean? Some of the most cool people I met were LA locals, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We're real ass people. And, you know, before I left Chicago, you know, we had an idea of what people in California were. And
exactly. It's an idea.
Yeah.
You know? And the people that are giving these ideas, they've never even lived here. And they may have visited and had one bad experience.
Yeah.
And they're giving out free advice.
Yeah.
You know?
Which I didn't ask for.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't ask anybody's opinion, dude. I wasn't like, dude, should I move to LA? And I don't think you were like this either.
No.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, people like us, we just make the move. We don't ask, you know, for other people's opinion about it. I didn't ask for anybody's opinion. I'm like, I'm moving to LA next month.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
how it was.
Yeah,
That's how it
there was
was.
no
I
opinion. There was no opinions. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We had the plan. Me and my brother said, "All right, this is what we always wanted to do. We've always been attracted to LA.
Yeah.
You know, for acting. New York is only 4 hours away.
Right.
I can go to New York.
Yeah.
New York wasn't calling me.
Yeah.
And I don't mean on the phone. I mean inside.
I get
like
it.
the where I felt like I needed to be. Hollywood sign when I was growing up. The palm trees, all that. Hollywood was what called us.
Yeah.
Just happened to be 3,000 miles away. It's like, why the fuck couldn't it be in New York? You know what I mean? Because New York pops too.
Did you go to New York to no, it's just
Never.
never interested you.
And I've been to the city. I've been there because I've visited, and it's vibrant. Like you can feel when you're in New York. You'll feel the city, and that's what I love about New York. But it didn't call me as like this is where I need to be. It was always California, and it's like I said, it's really fucking far away. So we get in our cars, drive 3-4 days to get here. But I didn't ask nobody. But I heard a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can get into it anytime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You hear a lot of shit, and even
And you didn't ask for it. You didn't ask for
because
that.
anybody
and
close enough.
But they'll tell you, oh, L.A.? I'll tell you about L.A. Yeah. You know what I mean?
First of all,
And
they
it's
think
like,
everybody's getting killed.
Right.
Everybody's dying. Everybody's getting murdered.
Right.
You know, all the gangs run L.A.
Yeah.
They think all of that. You know what I mean? And that's the perception because that's maybe the news covering it or whatever. And there's fires and all the earthquakes are going to kill you.
Yeah,
like,
the earthquakes.
California's going to split off and it's going to die off in the ocean.
Right.
So they have this perception of California being this miserable place. You know what I mean? California is, I mean, it's just like anywhere. You know what I mean? I mean, you're from Chicago. It's in Chicago. It's bad.
Yeah, you want to talk about killing. You want to talk about gangs. Everything you just said sounds like Chicago.
You remember, I grew up in Virginia. That's 20 minutes south of D.C.
Okay.
I'm Northern Virginia.
Oh,
This is the murder capital of the whole country when I'm growing up.
Okay.
This is...
Yeah, because crack epidemic it hit huge there, right? That's
so
where
you turn the TV on, everybody's just addicted and crying. You know, and that's
even
20
the mayor,
minutes.
right? Wasn't that mayor? He busted. Yeah,
I'm shocked you know about that. Yeah,
I forgot. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah,
he's the mayor. They got him on tape, and guess what?
mayor.
He got reelected. He got reelected.
Damn,
That's DC for you, man. That's 20 minutes up the street,
that's crazy.
and that's how big it was. So if I can get 20 minutes up the street, what do you think? I think LA's something. You know, I can't survive LA.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, Brad Pitt ain't getting killed. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It perceptions is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Advice and perceptions and people get in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you just have to be. Me and you are just animals.
Yeah.
We take that and just get hungrier.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's
we see it as a challenge. So everyone's got an opinion. right? It's like, it is true what they say, right? Opinions are like assholes.
Mm-hmm. Some of us have them. Yeah.
Someone's good.
Some are used for extracurricular activities.
Yeah, I was probably doing acting less than 8 months when I got offered a reality show. And it was just like, it's like I wasn't even a full-blown actor. And I was like, reality? I'm an actor.
Not having booked a gig.
Yeah.
Got nothing like.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it was like, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It really was this cloud.
Yeah.
That these reality people you would hear, around that were trying to get out of that. Hey, aren't you from that? Ain't you from that? But it wasn't like it was from, hey, ain't you from a movie? Ain't you for that? Are you from that reality show? And stuff like that.
MTV show.
My guy was on Road Rules, and he, great model and stuff. But once he was on Road Rules, it did affect him trying to get into the acting.
Really?
Because it was that stigma still.
Yeah.
Rather than using it for your advantage of, hey, this guy's a famous face. People know who he is.
Yeah.
And using it was more like, oh, you're just in reality, because they were like, it was like Death Row and Bad Boy.
Right. Yeah.
They were separate.
East Coast, West Coast.
Your reality and your acting.
Right.
It really was
Pick
like
a side, yeah. Are you a Blood or are you a Crip? Because you can't be both.
That's exactly what it was.
It's true.
You cannot do both. Now, fuck. Everything on Instagram is reality, and they get popping and get in movie. So it's like now you can do both, but back then it was
no, you had to pick a side, dude.
You had to pick a side.
I got booked for something, you know what I mean? And I didn't end up taking it.
And that's what people can't understand either.
So it was $25,000, bro. The job that I turned down. And I was sleeping on an air mattress, bro. Don't mean to brag, but yeah.
I showed you my air mattress, right?
Yeah. You showed me your pick, for sure.
Pick,
yeah. No, I slept on that thing for like 2 years, bro. And I turned down that thing because it was just that was the word on, you just listen to people. You're just like,
but it was true though. It was true. It was true.
But that it changed so fast though. You know what I mean?
Maybe time passed really, really fast though.
Yeah.
Because it's here now. Mm-hmm. But in the heat of it, you and I know it was not. Yeah. It was not. You should turn it down.
Yeah. But you know what the thing? You know what happened is, like, you're absolutely right, because when that first got out, it was true. It was true. It was like how true. You're like your boy.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, years did go by, and it did change, and it feels like it happened fast. Yeah. But that's just the way life is. It all happens fast. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, we're here 20 years, bro. And I remember when I first met you, and like, we're gonna do this, right? Yeah. All wide-eyed and like gung-ho, and that's how we were when we first met, and that's why we bonded, But I'm sure you, like me, met, probably 1,000 of us that went back home, that had that whole gung-ho, like, we're doing this. I'll see you at the Oscars, right, man? Yeah, and fist pump and high five, right? And slap on the ass. And, however you guys bond, you know what I mean? Whatever your process is.
Yeah.
That
was ours.
Yeah, that was ours. That was just us. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I was having a West Hollywood flashback. And then that's where you grab the nipple and right, and then you said, no. But yeah, I mean, it's.
I told you, me and my brother, we had the chance to do a reality show. The grand prize was $1 million, and it was reality. And we went in there, and it was our first 4 months here. And we already knew we shouldn't be doing it. Yeah. But it was $1 million. And I'm sleeping on the floor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sleeping on a T-shirt as a mattress. You can put the fucking thing up right here.
Yeah.
It was a T-shirt. That was my mattress next to the ant farm.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I know I shouldn't be doing this because I came here for acting. I already know.
Were you in Van Nuys or North Hollywood?
I was on Fountain Avenue at my cousin's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Hollywood?
Yep, West Hollywood.
Oh, West
That's
Hollywood?
where the butt ass slapping was coming from. West Hollywood.
Oh,
West,
yeah.
What you got for that?
What I got for that? He said West Hollywood. No.
And mind you, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Until I go
right.
outside
You're
with my
from
shirt
Virginia.
off. Until I go outside with my shirt
Yeah,
off.
what do you
and
mean,
I'm just getting
Boys
it.
Town?
I'm just getting it. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I'm getting love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that and even that was a stigma, and we knew we shouldn't be doing it because I'm like, I already know. Like, I know there's a difference, there's a line. But I said it's 1 million. It isn't 10,000. It was 1 million. We didn't end up getting on the show. I don't even remember what show it was. But it was big enough to say, fuck it. Hell yeah, I'll do it for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
I'll
I'll take my chances for that grand prize.
Right.
You know, but it was because it was that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, it was so random. You know, the fucking story is she was broke down at the gas station. Her car had a flat, and the people there wouldn't help her. And they had the auto parts stopper there. They wouldn't fucking help her. So we're like, we're fresh out of Virginia. We help people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
LA, there's like turn the eye on it now.
Right.
But we was like, I'm not gonna leave this woman here like this. He's fixing her tire, and she's like, hey, where you guys from? Thank you so much. Nobody helped me. We're like, oh, we just moved here from Virginia. Oh, why'd you come? And we're like, came here to be actors. Oh, my husband's a producer. And we're like, motherfucker, here we go. It's on. You know what I mean? I'm a star. This is the things that you read about.
Right.
And she linked us up with her husband, and her husband sent us to the casting director. That's how we got that audition. And I'm like, it's on. You know what I mean? I got the dream story.
Right.
You know what I mean? 4 months in, bitches.
Yeah.
But that's part of being in LA, being in the heat, being in the fire.
Yeah.
It can come from anywhere.
It could come from anywhere. And you could have got that.
And I could have got it.
You could have won the $1 million.
Yeah, it was something athletic. It was some kind of.
But you wouldn't have got it if you were still in Virginia.
I wouldn't have got
How about that?
You know what I mean? Absolutely. And that's what me and you've been talking about. People that have what we have.
You just said, what do you mean? And it's so funny. And that ties into what we were talking about when you were talking about that guy that was saying, oh, well, it's hard. I can't, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, no, I don't know what you mean because I'm in LA and you're in Virginia, right?
No, he's somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's somewhere else.
Yeah, same type of thing. And, most people don't call people out on it. You know what I mean? And this is my guy. But he's like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't. And he's like, well, what do you mean you don't? I said, because we have the same story. My story is I just left. We have the same need. We have different talents. And your talent is superior. But I was willing to, superior in what he does. We do different things. But in the arts. And I just left. That's the difference. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. It ain't about money. It ain't about a place to stay. You fucking figure it out. I mean,
you figure it out. But he was trying to see eye to eye with you and say, hey, it's a tough business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? Where he's not even on the playing field.
Yeah.
He's still where he is. And you picked your happy ass up and took yourself out west.
Exactly. And that's
so you don't know what he means because you're a hustler and you make things happen.
Yeah. Even just being here and doing nothing is doing something.
Right.
Because it still takes time to figure out your moves.
Yeah.
But I need to figure them out here.
Sure. Yeah.
You can't figure them out in other places. You can. Miracles happen all the time, but you know where they really happen? Where the heat is, where the fire is, where everything's being made. Show business is here. So if you're somewhere and you want to be here, get your fucking ass here. Don't tell me about how much money you got. Don't tell me I ain't got a place to stay. Just fucking figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it the fuck out.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I moved here with $150 in my pocket, bro. That's it.
You like the immigrants coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And searching for that gold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what we did. We saved up money for the summer, and then we're like, I don't care what it looks like, because sometimes when you're saving up, it's looking good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, shit, it ain't looking as good as I thought it was going to be. No matter what, by the end of this shit, we're gone.
Yeah.
If we get fucking caught in the middle of Oklahoma running out of gas, it's a fuck it mentality. that's where we were at. We were fed up with just still being there. So we said, fuck it. No matter what, I'm going to find a way to get there. And that's that killer. That's that killer shit that I don't relate to. You know what I mean? That you don't relate to, because while you're making excuses, I'm making fucking moves to get there. You know, and that's the difference.
Yep.
You know?
That is the difference. Because I spoke to you, 5 days ago? And here we are.
Here we are. We made it happen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I sent you the voice message. I said, hey, motherfucker, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I need you for this. I'm doing this. And you're like, cool, I need you for this. I need you for this. Let's do it. And you're like, all right. And then you're like, let's do it Tuesday. I said, all right, cool, Tuesday. All my power went out for the whole fucking 2 days. They took all my power out in Santa Clarita. I said, I can't do it. Let's go the next day. You're like, all right, let's go the next day. Boom. Now we're here.
Now we're here.
Somebody else will keep lagging. Killers don't lag. They just fucking kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no matter if you know who I am or don't, trust me, I'm out here killing.
Yeah.
You know, whether I'm killing myself or killing the game, I'm making decisions to do something prosperous for, you know, to be better than I was last year. That's always my goal mentally. If I haven't progressed my monetary, if I haven't got a better job, a better gig, mentally, I'm better than I was last year. That's why the brand, the clothing's here. I'm not wearing Nike. Am I wearing Nike? Got Jordans on right now. Yeah, but I'm also wearing most of my shit. I got my own sweats on. I got my own this on. I got my own hat. You know, I'm progressing. You know what I mean? And that's what you do. Look what the fuck we're at. You didn't have this 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I surround myself with like-minded killers because you're going to be out there killing. I ain't seen you in 2 years. You know what I know what you're doing? There's a blood trail somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the mentality.
You know, Best Buy is -2 mics.
Exactly. The simplicity of it is funny and it's fucking hilarious, but it's real.
It's
you know
real.
what I mean? I told you, I just bought my new laptop. Brand new laptop. My other one, computer's 3 years old. Brand new.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. But it's got
not
stuff.
for what you're gonna do, what you plan on doing, because your mind's like here.
Yeah.
And the capacity of your
Best Buy is -1 laptop.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it's a beast, right?
It's
a beast for what you're about to take on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I get it. I get it.
Man.
You know, guess what? I could have recorded this on my phone.
You know
what I mean? And been, $800 richer. You know what I mean? I could have done it. And guess what? Yeah. Those iPhones are perfectly capable of recording good audio, right?
Yep.
And if that's all you could do, then do that.
Yeah.
Then do that and just get started. That's my advice. But if you could, cut back on some of your splurges and maybe not have Starbucks, 4 times a week, and save that money and then buy something to, progress your dream, then do that.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. So guess what? Maybe if I skip a meal, maybe, because I bought this equipment, well, then I'm going to skip a meal and it's going to make me look better on camera. So it's going to work out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the mentality that us, killers have. And, that's what we're doing.
That's why we get along, man.
Yeah.
Your brother's like my brother. I'm like you.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to eat. And, we do die, but you know what? We come back to life because this town will eat you alive, right?
Oh, yeah. We've seen it happen.
We're not saying that we're invincible to this shit.
No.
We're all emotional creatures. Creatives are the most.
Yeah.
Because we take a beating.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I figure a way to get it back, the mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not invincible out here. I just refuse to be killed once they kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I'm a killer. But guess what? There's killers out there saying no.
Yeah.
I owe you $50,000, not paying you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I got a lot of money sitting in these companies that won't pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Corporations.
Big ones.
Yeah.
And they just turn you to dust.
Yeah.
When they don't pay.
Because they can.
Because they can do it. Because
But guess what? We got a voice.
We got 2 mics.
We got 2 mics and an internet, a Wi-Fi connection, motherfucker. Yeah.
I didn't have a big dinner last night, so I could pay for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly. Guess what? The Wi-Fi has not been cut off. We could get the word out, and that's what I like about this day and age that we're living in, man.
Absolutely. Entrepreneur heaven, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially for guys that are proactive, because like ever since I known you, you've been proactive. So it's no surprise that you evolved and now you have a clothing line from, just knowing you as an actor. You know what I mean? And because we evolve, because you've seen my evolution from, being an actor to stand-up comedian.
Yeah, man.
And you've seen that, And did I ask any advice about me getting into comedy? No. Next thing you know is like, guess what, Case? I'm doing comedy now.
Come see my show.
Yeah, come see
And I'm
my
like,
show.
For real?
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll.
I know.
Yeah,
and
I'm
very
there to support.
supportive.
Absolutely,
You've always been
man.
there.
Absolutely, man. And that's the thing. That's why we connect so good, because I'm doing something. I'm like, hey, man, this is what I'm doing now. This is what me and Los are doing now. You know what I mean? And you're doing stand-up, and it's the same thing. We all come together, because we all want to get to the top of the mountain, but why do it alone? You know what I mean? Let's connect. Let's do something together.
Yeah.
And that's why you do the Workaholic show. I'm like, yo, I'm not a stand-up, but yo, I got my merch. Let me set up a table. You're like, yo, Lou Dog's like, yo, set the table up, I brought the table, brought the gear, sell some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We did the sketch comedy group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm doing a music video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut the fucking record off, come do some stand-up, get a skit. We'll film it, put it in the video.
Yeah.
We always find a way to connect and bring in our different talents.
Yeah.
I can't do what you do. Come do what you do with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm flying drones now, Case.
You're what?
I'm flying drones now. What is that? Case like,
know.
oh, great. I'm shooting a video tomorrow. Come on.
Bring
All
your
right.
shit. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's how
And
we
I
go.
think that's what difference is. People they hold their shit so it's like holding sand, and you can't hold that shit. It'll fall out of your fucking creases, right? People hold on to their own shit so tight. They're too scared to kind of connect and bring people in that might get a little shine better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you
sure.
I encourage you.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm doing my music video for the sketch comedy group, and my shit's hilarious, you come do your skit and steal the whole show, steal the fucking show.
Right.
I want you to fucking go, because it only makes me look better.
Right.
People think the opposite.
Right,
They
yeah.
think if you come and kill, it's going to give me a shadow. That's
Sure.
just your fucking ego. My ego's like fucking murder.
Yeah, that's my boy.
That's my guy.
I brought him here.
We're
I
filming.
know, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's it's just different mentalities, man.
It's different mentality. It's they're coming from the mentality of there's not enough. And
Yes.
we're thinking there's enough for everybody.
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes, it's definitely it's not enough. So if he's eating, then that must mean there's no food for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had friends that went to the NBA. That was my original dream. My whole life, NBA, basketball, NBA. I mean, rain, sleet, or snow, I'm out there on the court. It's not happening. But my friend that I grew up with from elementary school, his body's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. He's getting stronger. You know what I mean? I'm like, this motherfucker, listen, you can go. And he went. He played for the Knicks, played for Boston. Then he went overseas. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm living through him. I didn't get jealous and get mad. I'm like, fuck, he made it. You know what I mean?
You known him since what age?
Oh, fucking 5 years old.
5 years old?
Yeah.
And you guys were both balling?
We played basketball all the way up. Yeah. We played for different schools. We played on rec leagues together, and then high school, and all the way up. And he went to D1, and then he just made his way.
Did you
there.
play college ball?
I could have. I didn't. He always wanted me to go to his school, but I'm like, to me, it's the professional game. Like the end game is.
He wanted you to go to his school?
Yeah.
He got a scholarship?
Oh yeah, he got D1. Yeah, he's D1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not a big guy.
No.
Right? You're like 5'11"?
Yeah, I'm 5'10". I'm
Uh-huh.
a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me, 5'10".
Yeah.
And but you're a killer with the ball.
If I would
But
have,
there's limitations,
yeah,
right?
Everybody's not Allen Iverson. Everybody
Right.
can't go at 5'10".
Right.
I went. You'll see a couple, but you give me the body, I already got the heart in the game.
Right. You definitely got the heart.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's just going to be limitations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're happy for people who make it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So, yeah, no, I always knew you played basketball, and
You seen the Guinness commercial?
Yeah.
That ain't
Is it-
CGI, baby.
That's how you got the Guinness commercial?
I mean, I'm sitting in the wheelchair. I'm shooting threes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put that right here. That ain't CGI, baby.
Yeah,
That's the stroke.
That's
from
crazy.
sitting down. Imagine if I stand up.
How many hours did you play in that commercial?
Dude,
Like,
we were there. We did a 3-day rehearsal, a 2-day rehearsal, and we shot on the 3rd day.
Okay.
Your
So
hands.
2 days just like shooting ball like
But
in
you're
the wheelchair?
Yeah. So your hands are all cut up. You know what I mean?
From moving the wheels?
Moving and stopping and moving and stopping.
Yeah.
And your hands, people who are always in wheelchairs, their hands are
callous.
Tougher. They're tougher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they've already got used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
None of us were used to it. So they're
you got
just
soft
bleeding.
hands.
They're just,
hands are soft.
Yo, these hands are lady hands. Like lady soft.
I know, me too, dude.
It's like,
especially since the gyms are closed and I got I used to have calluses, right? So like I used to hold a girl's hand and be like, oh,
this shit is
I was
soft.
like, are you in construction? No, just lift some dumbbells. Dummy
24
lifts
hour,
dumbbells.
24-hour fitness.
Yeah.
So yeah, the game is there. That's why I book so many basketball gigs. I book soccer gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just using. That's why I call myself a professional basketball player. I got paid to play.
I
I didn't make it to the NBA.
Nice.
I did the Guinness commercial.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've played basketball in movies. I played basketball. So I'm just taking those talents. I'm like, man, this shit's. It's just like an artist who can sing.
Yeah.
And now they play an actor who can sing.
Sure.
Well, I don't sing, but I can play ball.
Right.
I can do these other things.
Sure.
And we just use those talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Exactly. We list them under special skills in
Special
our
fucking
resume. Yeah.
What you want?
Mine says I play ping pong too. What?
Bitch, I can ride a horse.
I can ride a horse.
That's the special skills. Y'all don't know about it.
Hell no.
Exactly, man.
And you did a McDonald's commercial where you played ball too.
Play basketball in that.
Yeah.
That was for a World Cup commercial.
Fuck.
World Cup.
You knew it going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the audition, you knew it was World Cup.
Yeah.
And I grew up soccer, basketball. Those are the two sports.
Yeah.
Dad's Peruvian. He was my coach growing up. You know what I mean? I played soccer, and that was my thing, Soccer, I can go and audition. I'll juggle fucking 50 times in a row, you know what I mean? So that's how I book a lot of soccer commercials, basketball commercials and stuff. You get in there and you can do it. And they're like, all right, he's authentic. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, man, to be able to do the things that you grew up with and do them professionally that's the dream. That didn't happen, but I'm still doing them professionally for these big companies.
Yeah.
So it's still like that. It gives you that rush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, imagine, you do it in your stand up and it's something that you love, but you do it on your own. And then imagine you get booked for the movie and it's a stand up movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, I get to do my own act.
Yeah.
All the cameras on my act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that rush,
Yeah. No, it is a rush because as a kid, my first dream was to be a soldier in the Marines. When I was like, 4, 5, 7, I used to have the kids marching, and I used to be the sergeant, and I used to march, and I thought I was gonna be in the Marines as soon as I can.
Got G.I. Joes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. That was my, and then I got into football, and I wanted to be a football, and I was good at it. I played on all sides. I played on defense. I played on special teams. I played on offense. Because I was just I had so much energy.
Just keep me in the game.
Yeah, keep me in the game. Yeah. I could play everything, and until I got to high school, you know what I mean. And I was a late. I didn't grow until the end of junior year. But then I topped off at 5'10", dude.
Yeah.
And when my freshman year, these guys look like grown men. They had hair in their ears and unibrows, and they just had so much testosterone, dude. And my balls didn't even drop yet. You know what I mean? I was like going into freshman year, like hey, like that. And I was like, and my dream, and there's running backs that are 5'10" and stuff like that, but just
the
like
bodies are built different.
Yeah,
and,
I don't got a death wish, man. You know what I mean? I just don't. I'm crazy in a different way. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I knew my limitations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was a great football player, and that's what I really wanted to be. And just I know my limitations. Guess what? I got into wrestling. Guess
Yeah.
what? You go up against somebody exactly your weight.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fair. You know what I mean? And
Ain't that the truth that this sounds fair? If he don't make his weight, I win.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or no, but I mean, guess what? Like if he does win, you can't say, well, he weighed more than me. Well, he's a bigger guy. No, he
exactly.
weighed exactly
Yeah,
what you weighed. What advantages did he have?
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So yeah, that was you know, and you know, I've noticed a lot of wrestlers have that killer mentality, you know, like we have, you know what I mean? And because you know, we go after
you can have a coach, but you're out there by yourself.
You're out there
there's
by
no
yourself.
There's no like
Yeah.
left guard
Right.
or this guy.
Yep.
It's
when you lose, you lose. Yeah, that's you. Nobody's fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, which
It's
is
true.
great.
It's true.
Yeah.
And it's almost that still stand up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
You're out there by yourself.
You're out there by yourself.
And the opponent is the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and if you do well, then it's because you did well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or if you bombed, that was your fault too.
Now, have you
shouldn't
bombed?
talk-
Have you
shouldn't-
bombed?
Have I bombed? Yeah.
Let me ask you this: when you bomb, is it silence that kills you more, or is it like a heckler or that? Which one will eat you alive more?
You know what eats me alive the most would be bombing with jokes I already know that kill.
That kill.
That are great.
because it's unexpected silence.
Yeah, it's like because you get used to that. Oh, this gets this reaction, and this gets this reaction. Well, guess what? People in Kentucky aren't people in Burbank, and they have different mentalities, and they believe a different thing. So guess what? That that teaches you that people have a different sense of humor in different parts of the country, and guess what? You gotta figure out a universal humor that's more appealing to the world, not just people that live
city,
in Orange County or Los Angeles County or California or Florida. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that was definitely a learning. Surprisingly, the silence, it was actually not hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at first it was, because when you first get into stand up, it's your adrenaline is on overdrive, bro.
Yeah.
And your adrenaline will not let a second go by without any dead silence. Yeah, so silence isn't really
Why?
a big
Why?
deal.
Why? Because you're just talking through it, and you're just not getting a laugh, and you just don't give a shit. Because think if it gets you and you're like, fuck, what's my next line? And then it's dead up there. You're just talking through it because you don't care enough to be like to buy into what they're doing. You're just trying to hit that next joke.
No, I just felt like I'm comfortable with the silence.
So when you're the guy that says, "Can I offer you in some awkward silence?"
No, I don't offer it up, but
Not on stage, just
Yeah.
in general.
in general,
You like awkward silence.
I kind of do.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
good. See, that works for you, but somebody else be like the silence.
Yes.
I'd rather than boo
Yeah.
me, so I know.
Right,
Fuck
right.
you.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? You're like, oh, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah,
Oh, I can hear everything.
yeah.
Now it's no longer awkward for me; it's awkward for them.
Yes, that's true. That's you good. You nailed it on the head with that.
Yeah.
That's a great observation. That is true.
It's true, man.
Because if you get comfortable with the silence, it's not me who feels awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's them. It's them.
yeah,
And that's
you
true.
can even wake the dead with that
Mhm.
because you're like, oh yeah, and then then you turn into this other thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is empowering. It is empowering to be silent and be okay with that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like and what I realize is that's like people need time to think, and people need time to like take things in. It's not like you don't need to like, okay. You know, what is like when you're at a live event, right? And somebody's talking, and if they're interesting and they just pause for a second, you kind of just pause with them, right? Kind of take it in the moment. You know, you're not like, all right, you know, it's that when when you're not into the speaker, or when you're not into like that, when, you know, maybe your girlfriend forces you to take this, you know, timeshare seminar that you're doing, or real estate thing that you're not into, then yeah, all right, get on with it, you know. But I guess if you're into it and then there's a pause, you're just happily taking a pause with them. You're in it.
But
you
I think comics could enjoy that.
Yeah.
Hearing what you're saying, because a lot of it can be. I've seen some great ones. I've seen some bad ones. And they look uncomfortable because the audience isn't giving them what they think is supposed to happen. Yeah, and then they kind of get flustered. Yeah, yeah. But with what you're saying is, fuck that. Right. Just live in it. Right. And if you can learn to live in that, and it's just like being on set when you think you're doing killer. And I did this Miller Lite commercial, and you know, I'm holding the beer, and they're supposed to pull it out of my hand with this stick that's attached to the beer. And I'm doing it, and they just keep fucking with me. Like, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. I'm like, I'm holding it, and you're literally pulling it out of my hand. And he was saying I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, there's really nothing to do, motherfucker. There's nothing to adjust here. I'm holding the bitch. You pull it. That's it. But it starts getting in your head, because whatever they have in their mind that you're doing something wrong, now it starts fucking with me. Sure. I had to talk myself out of it and say, it ain't me, it's them. Right. Because I'm not doing, there's nothing else to do here. Right, right. You know, I'm not jumping off the wall and not hitting the mark. Yeah. This is the job. Right. So you got to keep that confidence. Sure. So I was losing it. And now I'm like, I'm gonna be here all day. I can't feel like this, where I'm like, now I'm scared. And now I ain't going to be able to do a good job, you know what I mean, with the rest of the stuff that we got to do. So I'm like, I just calmed my shit down and said, it ain't me. You know what I mean? This is what you're telling me to do. I'm doing it. And eventually it was a good take, whatever, you know, you don't know what their hangups are. You know what I mean? But you just can't buy into it, because that emotion, it'll bleed in there. Yeah, because big money's on the line, high octane situation. Yeah, yeah. They're coming down on you. Yeah. How are you going to react? It's just like the crowd. Right. You know what I mean? So if you can be calm in that shit, I'm like, it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm good. You know, this is what you're telling me to do. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So if you can live in that awkward space where it's volatile, but you got that confidence and you just live in it, and it's like, well, you're going to have to fire me or this or that, you know, but we're here. We're in this space together. Let's get through this moment together. Yeah, yeah. And on stage, I've seen you. Yeah. You're blended with you know, it ain't like you going out pointing at the audience and, you know, cracking jokes on them or doing all kinds of that. But you're there. You're very interweaved. And I think when other comedians, they get up, it's separate. You can feel when he's up there and they are out here. Right. Right. They're not together. Right. No. And he can feel it too. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a dangerous place to be in. And I think some comedians are perfectly fine with that wall in between, you know? It's like, I got my jokes. I'm going to tell my jokes. Yeah. Not me. No, I know. I'm saying if it's you, you can, just like some guys get up and talk shit about the woman in the crowd. Yeah. Some guys can't, you know? So if you can live in that space and you're at your peak, then good. Right. But you have to know what your peaks are, you know? Sure, what I mean? Sure. Yeah. No, that's really good. And the guy that was on set that was giving you a hard time, was he the props guy? Was he the guy that was pulling, or was it the director? No, it wasn't the director. Okay. No, the director wasn't doing it. All right. No, it's the guy that's pulling it. It's the prop guy. The prop guy. Yeah. He's pulling it. No, the director's back there. He didn't have a problem with me. He loved me. Yeah. He loved me. Right. You know, and if he's saying something to me, then I'm going to ask him a question. Right. I'm going to be like, listen, this is what's happening. This is what's doing. But he never came out the back, because we were out in the little patio way, you know, and they're all the way in the tent, you know, 25 feet away. Yeah. It's this dude. But I'm like, the director, producers, Miller Lite people are there. Yeah. Nobody's coming to me. Right. It's this dude. But he was shaking my confidence. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, fuck that. Director ain't come out. Right. He's watching on a monitor. Right. He's got the ear set. Yeah. He's not doing it. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. It's this guy. Yep. So he's panicking. Yeah. But he's putting it on me. Right. And it started getting to me. Yeah. Right? I'm feeling like, fuck, I just want this to be over. Right, and then I had to say, like, fuck that. This is the dream that I wanted. National commercial. And I just start calming my shit down. This is what I'm made for. Because I went in that bitch confident. I'm like, I'm ready to roll, man. First national spot, big company, you know, and I'm good, you know. And then you get on set and chaos happens. So you got to be able to, just like on stage, chaos can happen. You can be going 9 minutes. You got 30 seconds left to go. Somebody say something stupid and throw you, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So you got to know how to bring it back.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, yeah. I've seen the best comedy sets turn in a split second. We've all seen that famous Laugh Factory where the guy from Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Where he was throwing the N-bombs, right?
Because he wasn't being funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. That all happened in a split second, right? It went from everything, him like telling jokes or whatever, to like all of a sudden these guys are like,
he's not telling jokes no more. He's like, he panicked.
Yeah.
Because I saw him on Seinfeld show, his comedians in Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
And he talks about it.
Uh-huh.
And he says, I just handled it so fucking wrong. He said, I should have just took the loss because I just wasn't having it, and I went a different direction. And some comedians can do it and be endearing. Like I was talking about you, somebody can just insult the fuck out of you and it's endearing, but only if you know that guy's like a good guy. So right now you're like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he says, I just handled it like the worst possible way that you could handle a heckler. Yeah. And he lost his head. And, and that can happen. Like you said, everything's good. And then all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. And like, what happened? Yeah. And that's happened. That's happened to me, and then you realize, you crossed the line, you crossed some sort of line and you realize that, then
it's not like acting where you're getting 10 takes and you can do it over.
Right.
You're up there.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're at a live show.
Yeah.
Can we do that take again? I'll take that out, or I take this out.
Right.
Nah, bitch. You got to take it out next show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to live. You got 5 more minutes. They ain't buzz you yet.
Yeah. It's in the moment, man. You realize it's in the moment. See, I was always good with comebacks, and I was always good with putting people down, and that's why I was like, I would invite hecklers. You know what I mean? I was like, you want to go toe to toe with me?
Yeah.
I'm one of the best shit talkers you'll ever meet. I'll go toe to toe, and a lot of that was like just having brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? And them talking shit about me, and then guess what? I had to like protect myself, right? Yeah. So I had to talk shit about them, right? And that was just to protect. And then my neighborhood
you turned it into an art form.
I turned it into an art form. Yeah. Well, a lot of that came from like protecting my own self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wore thick glasses. I was telling you about my contacts. I've been wearing contacts since 13. Yeah. Before that, I was wearing glasses since first grade. Yeah. I actually flunked first grade because they didn't realize I needed glasses until the end of first grade. So, you know what I mean? So I had Coke bottle glasses. Dude, they were real thick. And, so
take a lot of heat.
4 eyes and this and that. And especially, the fast talking kind of neighborhood where I grew up in, if you didn't know how to handle yourself by the way you talked, they would walk all over you and they would just like this and that. But like I wasn't that. I was not gonna let that happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I always was able to do that. But I realized that you could actually shit talk too much, and you could.
I didn't think you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say, I realized then that I could start the shit talking rather than people, all come at me first. But you said, I could go across the line. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I didn't think you were going to go.
No, yeah. No. It's, I think what you just said is probably one of the reasons what got me to be funny is that people thought they were funny making fun of people or making fun of me, but I could make fun of myself better than you can make fun of me.
Yeah.
How about that? So I take the power away from them.
Oh yeah.
And especially being a Latino and not a Latino neighborhood where I grew up. Guess what? You want to talk shit about Spicks and Mexicans and Beaners and this and that? I can make fun of
better than you,
way better than you. Yeah. Oh, you got some jokes about minorities and Mexicans and this and that. Well, guess what? I could make fun of you way better than your little fucking shitty joke. And that's where a lot of that came from.
Yeah.
So, and that's where you take the power away from them, right? Because that's how it starts, through teasing, right?
Yeah.
I'll tease you, and look at these, and they look at these Mexicans, look at these beaners, look at these spics, this and that. And guess what? It's not funny. I'll make it funny. You know what I mean? That should
you should have said
right.
this.
Yeah, you should have said this. Yeah.
Your punchline was a little
right.
weak.
Yeah, weak. Oh, you meant this.
Your
you delivery. Said it like this.
Your delivery.
Yeah.
Needs some work. Come back tomorrow. We'll work on it.
Oh, you're not creative at all. You know what I mean? Like, at least I would have respect for you if you're like, And for the most part, that's where a lot of ethnic jokes, like, they fail because they're not funny or they're not told by a funny person, you know? And that's how you know it's racist. Because it's not funny.
They're not telling a joke. They're just telling how they feel.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing with you, man. And you're going one direction. And I think you're going down that street and you'll fucking bust a right and a left. I think you're headed somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's your punchline on stage. You'll do certain voices and stuff that I'm not expecting you to do. Like, I remember we went to the Ha Ha Club and you started doing this voice I never heard you do.
Yeah.
And you did it at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck was that? And you're like, oh, yeah, I do that now. And I was like,
I do it now.
Do it at the front. Do it at the front so you can do it at the end.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm in tears.
Oh,
I want to hear more of that
yeah.
guy. You know what I mean? yeah, I do that funny. Now.
So I think I remember that.
Yeah, because I had seen you before. And I'm like, you didn't do that.
You see me from the beginning, bro. You see me from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that voice, I can't even tell you what it sounded like. I mean, you might know.
That's so funny. You should do that in the beginning because the beginning sucked.
No, I just wanted more. I wanted more because if you do it at the end, he's gone.
Right, yeah.
I said, do it in the front.
Yeah.
So you can sneak him in at the end again.
Okay.
I wanted more of that guy.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Not the front side.
Okay. No, because like a lot of comedians, and we don't know if it's right or not, but we try to do it anyways. But we try to end strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to end strong.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe we end with something that we're working on, because if it was good, from the beginning on, then maybe you could suffer a little bit working out a new bit. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't imagine working out the new bit.
Right.
I mean, I've been on sets where on paper it's wonderful, and then in rehearsal it's wonderful, and then you get on set where you're there on set and you can feel it, like it's like, shit, this isn't good, and you're reworking it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But on stage, it's like, I'm testing. You take the drink before you go out and you're like, testing some new shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in tears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these bitches might not think so.
Yeah.
But that's also that fucking, that love for that rush. Because if you ain't got that, you're going to stay backstage.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous sport.
Or repeating the same jokes all the time.
Yeah.
Which that happens a lot of comics too, because it hurts. It hurts, like, going through that process where you're trying to work it out, bro. But there's no bigger rush than to put yourself out on that ledge, bro, and say, all right, fuck it, I need to work out this bit. And then all of a sudden, boom. You know what I mean?
It's like,
there's no rush. There's no drug that will satisfy that sort of rush that you get when that happens, bro. That's magic. That's crazy.
I believe it. Talking about the Guinness commercial, when I was shooting it, we're shooting for 8 hours, and, I'm a 3-point specialist. I was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. I was shooting at the volleyball line.
Nice.
That was always my thing, the deep shot, right?
Nice.
I hit the 3-pointer when we're filming.
The Guinness commercial?
Guinness. So I hit the 3-pointer.
From the wheelchair?
From the fucking
you
wheelchair,
fucking
right?
beast.
We hit the 3.
Yeah.
I hit the 3-pointer. I felt like I was hitting the championship shot. They stop it. All the Guinness people come out of the back, and they just get around me. They're fucking jumping up and down because they're watching it, and they're like, this shit is going to be epic. You know what I mean? There's no CGI. It's whatever we perform out there is what they're going to cut.
Wow.
Nobody's shooting threes. Nobody's doing this shit. So splash, right? So for them, they're coming out and like we won a championship game. It's that same rush because basketball is the first love. So to be able to do it, I got a guy on a camera on a dolly and he's flying up and down the court with us, right?
Yeah.
He's on like a damn space machine.
Yeah.
And he's riding on wheels up and down,
Wow.
filming us.
Yeah.
So the cameras are around. They got a million lights in the ceilings. I mean, it felt like a game time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm out here. I'm gonna shoot this fucking shot. I didn't force it because your arms are dead. Your hands are tired from all this shit. You know what I mean?
They just have one camera? How many cameras?
Oh, no,
did
they had
have?
a bunch of cameras.
Okay.
But one guy that was riding up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
Riding up and down with us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's alive.
Yeah.
You know, it's the rush. And
Yeah.
that rush.
Do they have a steady cam guy?
They had a bunch of, they had still guys, but then they're changing the angles. So when this guy's running, they're gone.
Right.
And then he stops and then they change and do all that. But they had cameras everywhere.
And lighting?
Oh,
Right.
the whole ceiling.
Yeah.
The whole fucking ceiling is just, I mean, it's 1,000 degrees in there.
Yeah.
The doors are closed. The lights are killing you. You're drenched.
No AC, right? 'Cause
No,
it makes
no,
noise for the
no.
audio, so they
Yeah.
got to cut the AC.
Everything's cut.
Right.
But they came out the back like a crowd standing ovation type shit. You know, you felt that rush like, I know that's getting in the commercial. And it did.
It did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Every cut in the commercial is very short, except that. That plays like a 3-4 seconds. However long it took to leave my hand,
Yeah.
it kept the whole shot.
Was that your closer?
They didn't stop on that because it ended up at the bar after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's the rush of being able to perform something that you love and still get to do it.
Yeah.
You know, doing athletics in films or whatever, doing your stand-up, and you get that validation like, fuck, I was in the mirror back home killing, you know what I mean? And it worked.
Yeah.
You know, something that you love working.
There's no better feeling than that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a great comparison.
You know?
Yeah.
That validation that, you that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, that's something to be praised, and because you put yourself out there, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to take this 3-pointer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's watching, the camera's going.
Yeah.
You know, if you would have missed that shit.
Yo, the director, he directed the 300 movie, part 2. 300 had a part 2. He just came off of directing that movie. So we're in the wheelchairs. He comes out the back pissed off because we're just playing. He comes out, I need more killing. I need more hitting. He thought he was still in the fucking 300 movie. And he's like, I need more killing. I need more crashing. I need more fucking murder out here, right? And then he just goes back behind the curtain. And we're like, all right. So we start crashing into each other, you know, because it was supposed to be a war out there. And everybody's just fucking falling out of the wheelchairs, right? Because we said, all right, we're going to give you what you want. And he comes back, he's like, maybe not that much. Because everybody's on the ground now, you know what I mean? Because we're killing each other.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's that, you know, that mentality. When I was giving them what they wanted, because I already came from the sports background and I can perform it, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know? Man, there's nothing like doing what you love and the cameras are fucking rolling.
Yeah.
And for you, the audience is the fucking camera. They're going to tell you if you're good or not.
Yeah, right away.
You know what I mean? Right away. You know, you got a 10-minute thing.
Yeah. They're going to let you know instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And that's part of entertainment, man. You know, you're going to win a lot. You're going to fucking lose even more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
it's like losses are up here for me.
Yeah.
But
and so that commercial that you did, that Guinness commercial, it won some awards.
It won a I forget the name of it, but yeah, it won.
What was the storyline on that? Because you were in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
and obviously you could walk.
The crazy. The idea was
stand up for the camera.
My fucking legs are moving.
It's you got the J's on.
Yeah, so the idea was that it was an inclusion friendship commercial. So the one guy he really was in a wheelchair. He had a motorcycle accident. He was an able body and he had a motorcycle accident and now he's paralyzed from the waist down. And they had 5 able bodies. So there's 6 friends that are playing basketball, but at his level in wheelchairs. So we can include him. You know what I mean? But you don't know that until the end of the commercial. And all of us get up.
Oh,
so that was the dramatic thing.
Okay.
All of us got up. And then they were like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They were friends playing to include him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's
cool.
why it was.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a really cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was revealed.
I put the trophy right fucking here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what we come here for. We come here for the trophies, man. I mean, I ain't got it at my house, but motherfucker, I was in that shit. I made that shit, great. Just like the other 5 actors, we made it great. We laid it all out there. 60-second spot. You don't always get a 60-second commercial.
No.
You get 15 seconds. You get 30, 20. It was a 60-second spot.
And that's not guaranteed that you're even going to be in that 60 seconds or that 30 seconds. We both know that because we've both been cut out of shit.
I got a lot of money out there.
We've both been left on the cutting room floor, bro.
Yeah.
And that was one of my first, lessons to be learned about the whole acting business because I started spending money I didn't have.
Oof.
I was buying at the bar. Roll on me. I just got a Chili's commercial. Huh? A Chili's commercial I just filmed on Saturday, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that means I got double the rate because there's a weekend. So let's round the drinks on everybody. And I'm spending, and I'm looking, and no Chili's commercial. What happened to it? Where's this Chili's commercial? I filmed it on Saturday. It was a big production. They had a crane. There was a whole crew, and I had Crafty, and I had this and that. And where are my residuals? Well, they never aired it. What do you mean they never aired it? Because they shelf commercials. You didn't know
People
that?
don't know. Oh, you didn't know
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, welcome to Hollywood.
Oh, you didn't know
Yeah,
that? You didn't know that when people tell you, "Hey, if you're on camera, you get paid.
Yeah.
You get royalties no matter what."
Mm-hmm.
That's not true.
No.
That's not true.
There's some fine print. There's some fine print with that,
Man, I tell you what, man. I'll save that one for another time. There's a lot of money out there, put it that way. And you lick your wounds and you fucking eat it and you take it like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle said it. He said, I didn't get that role and I took it like a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You take it however you want to take it.
Yeah.
But get yourself up.
Yeah.
Fucking do it again. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
Or a different field is for you. We've always wanted to come here I've done everything. Me and my brother have done everything that we came here to do. The only difference is we want to do it at higher levels with more monetary gain to back it up.
Yeah.
I wanted to come and be in music videos. I was in a Rihanna video, played one of the leads, right? We want to do commercials, done TV, movies. We've done all of this stuff, right? But we want to do it at higher levels with bigger paychecks because we've put in the time, we've put in this, we put in that. That's why we're doing the documentary, to show all the behind the scenes of all the shit that we've done. You know what I mean? And it's going to be special because most people don't have this footage. We always had a camera with us. We always had a fucking camera with us. So we always filmed on the sets and stuff like that, behind the scenes with the other actors and this and that. And it just shows this arc of getting a job and not getting a job, sleeping on the floor, sleeping in the bed, America's Most Wanted. I took that $800 check and bought me a bed. Anytime I think of America's Most Wanted, I think about my damn bed. I'm not even fucking I have those memories right there. Like this check went to that. This check went to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are the things that, the documentary I've been telling you, me and my brother doing, and we're going to tell these stories and match it with the footage that we got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'll be something that I've never seen it before. You know what I mean? Where, I'm talking about the Rihanna video or the Guinness that we're doing. I got footage from all of that. I got footage from the audition. I got footage from this. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm going to match all those stories up because a lot of people think you can get rich and famous real quick right now. And I think some people do, but it's the smallest of smallest percent, and the long game is where we've been in. We've been grinding, building the name, building the reputation, and this town will forget about you. So if they forget about you, okay, it's your job to make them fucking remember. That's why the hat, it's all about the hat.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? You got to fucking remember who the fuck you are because this town will beat you up. You got to remember who you are. Remember where you came from. Remember sleeping on the floor. Remember all that shit because what's going to push you forward when they forget about you? You got to fucking remember why you came here. Okay, I came here for the fame, fortune, whatever it is, validation, whatever it is. Fucking remember that shit every day, because
one of my favorite quotes is, remember why you started.
yeah,
That's
it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because here we are 20 years later, bro. Sometimes you're like, why did I start? Like, what the
You
fuck?
forget.
Yeah, you forget. Because, like, our everyday thing is like, okay, moving on to the next project, and we're doing this, and we're going to submit for this project, and we're this and that. We forget, because it's been so long since we started.
Yeah.
What got us here?
Mm-hmm.
That fire that got us here, that curiosity that got us here. We looking at movies saying we could do that. I could do that. You could do that. We could do this. We got talents that other people don't have. And guess what? If they do have it, they don't have the drive to get their ass to LA where they're going to book that job. And we do. And we have that grind, and we have that, well, guess what? I'm going to be there, and I'm going to, if this guy has more talent than me, I'm going to show him that I could outwork him.
I'm just outwork him.
Yeah. I'm going to outwork him because I'm going to be there, on set, 20 hours and not complain. You know what I mean? And
that's one thing that you just said, where it's like, I'm on set. And what are you doing on set? You're still networking, trying to get your next fucking job from that set.
Yeah.
So we're not even remembering where we came from or why we started, because you're too busy trying to get to that next fucking gig.
Yeah.
You're trying to latch this gig to another gig.
Exactly.
What do you guys do? What's up with you? This, and everybody's networking.
Yeah.
So we don't really have time to smell the roses.
No.
But when you do, you got to remember why you started.
Yeah.
What are you doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say it just can't be about the money, or it can't just be about this. You don't fucking know that. You don't know people's life stories. You don't know what money can do for that family, or for this, or for health reasons. Whatever your shit is, it just better burn and be an endurance thing.
Yeah.
If you want the fucking fame and fortune, it just has to be long game.
Right.
And it don't mean that I don't want it today. I want that shit right now. From day one. But it just means I have the endurance to keep going.
All right, guys, you made it through part 1 of the podcast. I hope that you've enjoyed it so far, but we're going to break it up into another podcast.